Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to be reading out of our new book again, and the title of the story is Moses is Born. Joseph and his brothers were in Egypt. Everyone was all right, and they had enough food, which was great. But which of God's promises had come true? Had Abraham's family become a great nation? Nope. Abraham and Sarah had a son, and all of his kids and their kids numbered about 70 people. That's a big family, but it's not a whole nation. Did they have their own land? Nope. They were living in Egypt, someone else's land. Had they blessed the whole world? They didn't even know what that promise meant. How does one family bless the whole world? Of the three big promises given to Abraham at that point, a total of 0 had come true. So we know something has to happen. Well, Jacob's sons had kids, and their kids had kids, and their kids had kids, and their kids had kids, a lot of kids. There were hundreds of kids, and then thousands of kids. Then the Pharaoh, who was Joseph's friend, died, and there was a new Pharaoh, and then a new Pharaoh after that. And pretty soon Egypt was being ruled by a Pharaoh who didn't know anything about Joseph. He just knew that there were thousands and thousands of these people running around, these children of Israel. Remember how God changed Abram's name to Abraham and Sarai's name to Sarah? Well, God also changed Jacob's name to Israel. So all of Jacob's children and his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren became the children of Israel. They were called Israelites. Now the new Pharaoh said, "Hey, there are too many Israelites around here," and he decided to do something about it. First, he made the Israelites slaves to the Egyptians. A slave is a person who is owned by another person. A slave had to do whatever his or her owner said. Being slaves meant the children of Israel had to do whatever Pharaoh said. They had to build stuff and farm stuff and clean stuff. Being slaves also meant they couldn't leave Egypt, ever, which was a big problem if you remember God's second promise that his people would have their own land. How can you have your own land if you can't ever leave someone else's? So there's the Pharaoh, and there's the slaves doing all the work, and a cute little lizard looking along. But it got even worse. The children of Israel kept having more kids, more and more kids. Eventually, there were so many babies that Pharaoh decided to do something really bad, get rid of the Israelites. Every Israelite baby boy, he said, should be thrown into the river. Then God gave one Israelite woman an idea. When her baby boy was young, she made a basket that floated like a boat, and she put her baby inside. Then she hid the basket in the tall grass at the edge of the river and waited to see what God would do next. A group of Egyptian girls were washing at the river, and they noticed the basket. They opened it up, and what? There was a baby. One of the girls decided that she would take him home and raise him as her own son. Can you guess who that girl was? It was Pharaoh's daughter, the daughter of the king of Egypt. Pharaoh's daughter brought home an Israelite baby to live in the palace just like an Egyptian, and right next to Pharaoh. She gave the baby a name, Moses, and he was about to become a big part of God's rescue plan. Now, we're going to ask some questions and go over a few things in our story. There are some tricky bits in this story, and they talked about slavery. Now, if slavery is wrong, why does it happen so often in the Bible? Well, boys and girls, many of the things that happened in the Bible went against God's heart for his people. Remember when Adam and Eve first sinned? God's world got turned upside down. Today, we understand that owning another person is wrong, and we should continue to pray and fight for those who are mistreated and be kind to others. Now, why did Moses' mom put him in a basket in the river? That's right, boys and girls. She put him in the basket in the river because she was hoping to save his life. Now, why do you think it was important for God to save Moses? That's right, boys and girls, because he has a huge part in God's plan on rescuing the Israelites, and I cannot wait till tomorrow when we talk about that. Now, first we're going to say a little prayer. Dear God, thank you for showing us what to do when we face the impossible. Amen. See you tomorrow, boys and girls.